Have you ever sat across from someone in their 80s or 90s and just marveled at how alive they still seem? I mean truly alive, eyes bright, posture upright, mind sharp as ever. And you find yourself thinking, what's their secret? Now, picture this. You're at a family gathering, and someone whispers, "Did you know she's 92? You look over, and sure enough, there they are, driving themselves, carrying their own groceries, even dancing a little to the music playing in the background. And all you can think is, how? How is that even possible? Well, what if I told you that I am that person? Yep. I'm 92. I still drive. I live on my own. And get this, I haven't been seriously sick in over 30 years. Now before you roll your eyes and chalk it up to good genes, let me stop you right there. Because it's not magic. It's not luck. It's not even about having the perfect lifestyle. It's about simple, everyday habits. The kind of small choices that stack up over time and build a life that's not just longer, but better. And whether you're someone caring for an aging parent, or you're looking ahead at your own health journey, the truth is, these 5 habits I'm about to share can absolutely change the way you or your loved one experiences growing older. And no, it's not about special diets, expensive supplements, or fancy equipment. It's about real-life, everyday things. The kind of stuff most people overlook. But that makes all the difference. So if you're wondering how to stay sharp, independent, and illness-free into your 70s, 80s, even your 90s, you're in the right place. And by the end of this video, you'll know the exact 5 habits that have kept me not just alive, but thriving, without a hospital stay, a walker, or a long list of medications. Some of these may surprise you. One of them might even challenge you. But every single one of them, completely doable. Starting today. Oh, and before we dive in, let's make this a conversation. If you're someone who believes it's possible to age with strength and grace, just drop the word longevity in the comments. And while you're here, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to Healthy Senior Advice. Because aging well shouldn't be a mystery. It should be a journey we take together. Beat. Alright. Ready to learn the habits that help me reach 92 and still feel unstoppable? Let's start with the first habit, the one that's been with me the longest. Daily movement. Simple as that. Every single morning, rain or shine, I take a walk. Nothing fancy. No treadmill. No gym membership. Just me, a sturdy pair of shoes, and the sidewalk in my neighborhood. It started back in my 50s. I remember I just retired, and for the first time, I had space in my mornings. No rush, no appointments. Just time. And I thought to myself, why not use this time to move? Not to exercise, just to move. So I walked. 20 minutes. Then 20 became 30. And eventually, it just became a part of who I am. And here's the thing. That simple walk. It's done more for me than any pill or procedure ever has. You see, movement isn't just about burning calories or building muscle. At this age, it's about keeping everything flowing. Your blood, your thoughts, even your mood. When you move your body, your joints stay loose. Your heart stays strong. Your lungs stay open. And your mind clearer than you'd believe. A lot of people think they have to do something intense to stay in shape. Jogging, weights, classes with names that sound more like punishments than exercises. But the truth is, especially as we get older, what we need is consistency. Not sweat. Not strain. Just steady, gentle, dependable movement. That's what keeps you independent. That's what lets you get out of bed in the morning without groaning. That's what lets you bend over and tie your own shoes at 92. And here's something most folks don't realize. Regular movement even supports your immune system. It literally helps your body fight off illness by keeping everything circulating properly. Now, I'm not saying you have to walk 5 miles or stretch like a gymnast. You can start small. Take a walk after lunch. Do a bit of stretching in the living room while the kettle's boiling. Or turn on your favorite music and just sway with it for a few songs. No one's watching, and your body will thank you. Don't aim for exhaustion. Aim for rhythm. Because that rhythm, That daily practice of moving, even just a little, is what keeps the rust from setting in. And if you're caring for a loved one, encourage them to join you. Walk together. Move together. Laugh together while doing it. Because physical activity isn't just about motion, it's about connection. Now, moving your body is a powerful habit, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. Because what you put into your body matters just as much, if not more. Let's talk about that next. Wholesome, simple eating. Now let's talk about food. Because what you put into your body matters just as much as how you move it. I still cook most of my meals. Yes, even now at 92. Not every meal is fancy, and it doesn't need to be. Most nights, you'll find something simple on my plate. Steamed vegetables. A bit of brown rice. Maybe some baked fish, or a boiled egg with sweet potatoes. I cook with real ingredients. I know what's going into my food because I put it there myself. You see, over the years, I've learned something a lot of people overlook. Our bodies change as we age. Our digestion slows down. Our ability to absorb nutrients isn't what it used to be. And when that happens, every bite counts. So I stopped thinking about food as just fuel. Now, I see it as medicine, as nourishment, as a quiet form of self-respect. And let me tell you something. You don't need exotic superfoods or a cabinet full of supplements to stay healthy. Those things might help, sure, but they're not the foundation. The real power? It's in whole, simple foods. The kind your grandmother probably grew up eating. Cooked vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, fruits you can peel, seeds you can soak, broth that's been simmered on the stove. Now, don't get me wrong. Supplements have their place, especially if a doctor recommends them. But so many folks believe they can replace good food with pills. And that's just not how it works. Your body is designed to pull what it needs from real food, not from a capsule. And here's something I've noticed. When you feed your body what it truly needs, your energy changes. You sleep better. You think clearer. You even feel more optimistic, like your body is saying, thank you. So if you're not sure where to start small. Replace sugary drinks with water or herbal tea. Choose oats over pastries in the morning. Swap out fried food for something baked or steamed. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. And it's okay to enjoy a little treat now and then. I certainly do. But the core of your diet should come from the earth, not from a box. And if you're caring for someone older, this is one of the most loving things you can help them with. Not by forcing them to change everything overnight, but by slowly introducing meals that feel good. Meals that digest easily and bring comfort without heaviness. Because food isn't just about filling the belly. It's about supporting the brain, strengthening the bones, and keeping the immune system alert and ready. But food isn't the only thing that nourishes us. Because while what you put into your body is important, what you allow to stay in your mind, that might be even more powerful. Let's talk about that next. Daily mental routine and positive outlook. Every morning, before I even make my tea, I sit by the window with a worn little book in my hands. Some mornings it's a favorite novel, other days it's something spiritual or wise. Just one passage. A few lines that ground me, center me, and remind me of who I am. Then I do a crossword puzzle. Nothing too hard, just enough to nudge my brain awake. It's become a ritual. It doesn't just fill the time. It sets the tone for my whole day. You see, the mind, it needs movement too. Just like your joints and your muscles, your thoughts need to stretch, grow, and stay active. Because here's the truth a lot of people don't want to hear. Losing your memory isn't just a part of aging. Yes, some decline is natural, but how we care for our minds every day makes a massive difference in how we age mentally. And I'll say this plainly. You don't have to sit back and wait for your mind to fade. You can do something about it. I'm 92, and I still remember the names of my childhood friends. I can tell you what I had for lunch last Thursday. Not because I'm some kind of genius, but because I make my brain a part of my daily care. Mental sharpness isn't about having a perfect memory. It's about being curious, engaged, present. It's about choosing thoughts that lift you up instead of wearing you down. I've seen it so many times. People believe that once you hit a certain age, forgetfulness is just around the corner. But the mind is like a garden. What you water will grow, and what you neglect, well, that fades faster than we'd like to admit. So read, journal, write letters, do puzzles, have conversations with people who make you think, or better yet, make you laugh. But just as important as stimulation is attitude. That's the part nobody talks enough about. Keeping a positive outlook doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means finding meaning in small things. It means being grateful that you woke up this morning. It means choosing to focus on what you can do, rather than what you've lost. Because what you believe shapes your biology. A hopeful mind can support a healthy brain. And a healthy brain, that supports everything else. If you're caring for someone older, give them opportunities to talk, to share, to feel heard. Bring them things to read, stories to tell, games to play. And most of all, remind them they still matter. Because when the mind feels valued, it stays awake. So yes, moving your body matters. Feeding it well matters. But feeding your thoughts, that's how you stay alive on the inside. Now, there's another piece to all this. Because you can be active, you can eat well, and you can keep your mind engaged. But without this next habit, life can start to feel empty. Let's talk about something deeper, which is the next habit I do every day. Connection. Because staying mentally sharp is powerful. But so is maintaining meaningful relationships. Staying social and connected. You know, every Sunday afternoon, I pick up the phone and call my daughter. Sometimes we talk for 10 minutes. Other times, it's just enough to hear her voice and ask how the grandkids are doing. It's a small thing, but it fills something in me that no vitamin ever could. Once a month, I volunteer at our local library. I sit at the front desk, greet people, help them find books, and just connect. There's something deeply healing about being around others, about being seen. Because here's the quiet truth. Loneliness is one of the most dangerous things we face as we age. It doesn't look like a medical problem. You can't measure it with a stethoscope. But it shows up: increased stress, poor sleep, a weaker immune system. It can slowly chip away at your health without you even realizing it. See, when we're isolated, the body responds with stress hormones. Cortisol, adrenaline, designed to protect us in moments of danger. But over time, that stress builds up. And it wears you down from the inside out. Now, a lot of folks assume that being alone is just part of getting older. The kids move away. Friends pass on. The days get quieter. But I'm here to tell you, being alone doesn't have to mean feeling lonely. Connection can happen in the smallest ways. A short phone call, a friendly wave to a neighbor, joining a walking group or attending a local event. Even chatting with the cashier at the grocery store can brighten a day, for both of you. You don't need to fill your calendar to feel connected. You just need to feel like you matter to someone. And that someone cares about you. If you're caring for an older loved one, make time for those little check-ins. Invite them to talk. Listen, really listen. You'd be amazed what a 5-minute conversation can do for someone's spirit. And if you're aging yourself, don't wait for someone to reach out. Take the first step. Send a message. Join a group. Volunteer. Even one meaningful interaction a week can make a world of difference. Because we are social creatures. No matter how old we get. And staying connected, that's not just about happiness. It's about health. Now, as we've talked about moving, eating well, feeding the mind, and staying connected, there's one last habit. It's not flashy. It's not something people notice from the outside. But it's the habit that ties all the others together. It's the quiet thread that's kept me grounded, strong, and peaceful all these years. Let's talk about that next. Purposeful living and gratitude. Every morning, before I even put my slippers on, I give myself a small purpose for the day. Maybe it's something simple, like cleaning out an old drawer. Maybe it's writing a letter to someone I haven't seen in a while. Sometimes, it's just stepping outside, feeling the morning air, and taking a moment to really notice the sunrise. That might sound small, even insignificant. But let me tell you, that's what keeps me going. You see, it's not about big accomplishments anymore. It's not about chasing promotions, raising children, or running errands. It's about knowing that this day, this exact moment, still has something for me, and that I still have something to give. That sense of purpose. It's the heartbeat of a good life, especially as we age. It gives you structure. It gives you dignity. It gives you a reason to move, to think, to care. And believe it or not, studies back this up. People who feel they have purpose in their daily lives tend to have stronger immune systems, lower levels of stress, and even longer lifespans. It's not magic. It's mindset. But here's the catch. So many people think that once they retire, or once the kids are grown, or once the house is quiet, that their purpose somehow ends. But that's never been true. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to make headlines. It just has to matter to you. It could be caring for a pet, looking after a plant, writing in a journal, calling a friend, or simply waking up and deciding, today, I'm going to be kind to myself. And alongside purpose, there's something else that's carried me all these years. Gratitude. Every evening, as I sit in my favorite chair, I take a quiet moment to reflect on one thing I was grateful for that day. Some days, it's the sound of the birds outside my window. Other days, it's a kind word from someone at the store. Or just the fact that my hands are still steady enough to button my own shirt. Gratitude shifts your focus. It softens the hard edges of growing older. It doesn't erase pain, or loss, or fear. But it reminds you that there's still beauty in the everyday. When you live with purpose. When you wake up with intention and go to bed with appreciation. You create a kind of health that no pill can provide. So if you're listening right now, wondering what tomorrow holds, start small. Choose one thing to care about. One thing to look forward to. And one thing to be thankful for. That's all it takes to begin. Because at the end of the day, healthy aging isn't just about the body or the brain. It's about the spirit. And when your spirit feels strong, everything else tends to follow. Now, let's take a moment to bring all of this together. I know aging can be scary. I've lived through it. I've watched friends pass. I've felt my body slow down in ways I didn't expect. I've looked in the mirror and seen someone older than I remember. There are mornings when things ache for no reason, and nights when the quiet feels just a little too loud. It's not always easy. There's no sugarcoating that. But I'll tell you something I've learned over the years. These small habits, these daily decisions, gave me something powerful. They gave me peace. They gave me a sense of control in a world that can sometimes feel unpredictable. They reminded me that even if I can't stop time, I can still shape how I live within it. And more than that, they helped me feel like myself. Because aging doesn't have to mean fading away. It doesn't have to mean giving up the things that bring you joy. It doesn't mean you stop having a purpose or being part of the world around you. You don't have to fear growing older. I'm living proof. With a few simple routines. With the right mindset and just a little consistency. You can live fully, whether you're 60, 70, or 92. Maybe you're watching this and feeling overwhelmed. Maybe you're caring for an aging parent, or maybe you're aging yourself and wondering where to begin. Let me say this to you as plainly and as honestly as I can. Start with one thing. Just one. Take a short walk. Cook a simple, wholesome meal. Call a friend. Pick up a book. Sit quietly and think of one thing you're thankful for. That's where the change begins. Not with massive life overhauls or big declarations. Just one choice, made today, and repeated tomorrow. You don't need to do it all. You just need to start. Because no matter how old you are, no matter what you've been through, your body still responds to care. Your mind still responds to kindness. Your heart still longs for connection. And it's never, never too late to give yourself that gift. Aging well isn't reserved for the lucky few. It's not about perfection. It's about presence. About choosing every day to live with intention and to care for yourself in the ways that matter most. So keep going. You're stronger than you think. And there's still so much life left to live. To recap, my 5 everyday habits, the ones that helped me reach 92, still full of energy, still behind the wheel, and still living life with joy, are simple. But they've been everything to me. First, daily movement. Not workouts or gym sessions, but gentle, consistent activity. A walk, some stretches, even dancing in the kitchen. Just moving my body each day in a way that feels good. Second, wholesome eating. Cooking simple meals with real ingredients. Avoiding the junk. Trusting that nature gives us what we need when we slow down and listen. Third, keeping the mind engaged. Reading, puzzles, reflection, and choosing to focus on the good. Not every day is perfect, but I set the tone before the world can set it for me. Fourth, staying socially connected. Reaching out. Checking in. Letting people know they matter, and reminding myself that I matter too. And finally, purposeful living and gratitude. Starting each day with a reason to get up. Ending it with something to be thankful for, no matter how small. Those are the pillars. That's my blueprint for aging well. Not complicated. Not expensive. Just intentional. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these habits do you already practice? Or maybe there's one that stood out to you today, one you're thinking about starting. Let me know down in the comments. I truly would love to hear your story. And not just me, others reading the comments might need the same encouragement you're ready to share. If anything I said today touched your heart, if it gave you a new perspective or reminded you that aging doesn't mean fading, go ahead and give this video a like. It helps more people find it, and it tells me you want more of these honest conversations. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Here on Healthy Senior Advice, we don't just talk about growing older. We talk about how to grow wiser, stronger, and more fulfilled with each passing year. There's a beautiful journey ahead, and I'd love to walk it with you. Thank you, truly, for spending this time with me. It means more than you know. Until next time, stay strong, stay hopeful, and keep taking care of yourself and those you love. I'll see you in the next video.